The second weekend of Halloween Haunt is officially here, and we are back at the park. Welcome back to Eddytainment. My name's Eddie, and today we're back at Halloween Haunt. If you guys didn't see, we were here last weekend for the opening night of Halloween Haunt. Make sure to check out that video. But now we're back. As you guys know, typically the event develops itself as the season moves on. So we're back for the second weekend to see how the houses are doing, see how the crowds have grown, and as we could see, the parking lot is a lot more full. So the waits for some of the houses may be a little bit longer. We're gonna try to go through all of them, but may not be able to accomplish it. But there's also some scare zones that we weren't able to see last week. So we're gonna get inside the park and have some fun. Let's go. All right, and we've made it inside, and we just missed the opening ceremony. So the night has begun, the houses are open. Like I said, the crowds do seem a lot bigger than last year. One of the things I wanna take a quick look at is the lamp. I'm kind of tempted to buy myself one. And here's the lamp that I'm mentioning. So for this year, Halloween Haunt has a new lamp, an interactive lamp that costs $39.99. Hidden secrets await you in the fog. The Gravedigger lantern feeds on the energy of thousands of fears. I'm really tempted to buy this, and I wonder if with my annual pass we get an additional discount. But my understanding is that there's a bunch of different interactive elements throughout the event as well as in the houses, and they will be changing throughout the event, so they won't be the same if you intend on returning. So that's kind of a super cool little thing for somebody like myself who's gonna come to the event a couple times. We're already on our second weekend here. All right, I couldn't help myself, so we ended up going for it. Let's get somewhere, take a seat, get it ready so that we can start enjoying it throughout the night. All right, so we ended up getting the lantern, and we do get a small discount because we are gold members. So it was $39.99, and we got $4 off with taxes of $2.16. It ended up being $38.15. So with the taxes, the discount ends up seeming much less, but still a little bit of a discount. And we got a cool lantern. One thing that I would say as far as justifying the lantern, a lot of people are going to come and they want a souvenir. And a t-shirt is the typical souvenir, which is comparable price almost to the lantern. But this lantern will be something that you could reutilize throughout the event. Also use as a nice like little mantelpiece for somebody like myself who has, you know, like haunt decorations and stuff in their office at home. This will be a nice little add-on. A t-shirt you can only use throughout the three months of or 1 month of the year that haunt season is going. So that's my justification for this purchase, but let's have some fun with it. Okay, so very cool. I had no idea how to use this thing, to be honest. And if you scan, there's a QR code on the bottom of the lantern. It will actually walk you through the steps for the park interactive experience. And sorry if it keeps losing focus. Lantern tagging experience, which is kind of like a game system that you could use throughout the system to interact with other people with lanterns. And then last but not least, you actually have the map of all the areas with the agenda of or legend of every interaction throughout the park and things that you could go experience. So cool. Let's try to make something of this purchase. Have some fun with it. Guys, if you're enjoying this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you guys got the lantern as well. And we've got the lantern on. And a cool thing that I read on the little instructions is it actually interacts also with the shows. So like Conjure the Night, you could actually turn it on and it will interact with the music. I actually was doing it when I first turned it on because Conjure the Night is currently going on. We did not get to go through this scare zone right here last time that we were here. So let's make our way through and see how the lantern interacts. And this is Uprising. We see as we make our way through. So yeah, last week we didn't get to go through Uprising. Let's see if the lantern does anything. I'll make sure to hold it up, but it's gonna take focus. Well, it definitely attracts some of the characters over. Right now it's kind of like going like an orangey color. As we make our way through, it guides us through the night. Ooh. Uprising never lets down. Oh, hello, gorgeous. This particular scare zone isn't too busy, so it definitely gets them. Oh, he backed off when I held it up to him. Oh, look. And we got a witch. Whoa. Oh, and the lantern is changing colors a little bit. Oh, there we go. It changed as soon as I held up. And maybe it's because there's another lantern right there with us. Very cool. I'm enjoying this. This is going to be a fun little addition to the memorabilia collection and to experience it the next couple weekends. Oh, he likes it. Oh. Oh, shoot. I can't see. All right, and now it's back to normal. And sorry if there's a bit of shake. I am holding this with one hand because my other hand is occupied today. Back up, demon. Woo. And uprising amazing as usual. And check it out, the lantern also gives my face a nice creepy glow as we film this. Uprising is kind of taking over as one of my favorites. Year over year, it is improving. Pumpkin Eater is typically my favorite and still kind of holds the cake for my favorite scare zone. I just like that kind of like classic Halloween feel. But now we're gonna make our way through one of the houses. I think Trick or Treat's gonna be our house of choice to take the lantern through and see how it interacts inside of the houses. We can't film in there, but I'll definitely give you guys some feedback on how the experience is with the lantern through some of the houses as well. And we're in line and the lantern, or the spirit within the lantern is reacting even before we get in the house. All right, and Trick or Treat is done. And I gotta say, this is actually adding to the experience as a stilt walker passes by and distracts me. This thing was going crazy throughout the house. I do wonder though, for other people that are in line, do they find this to be a nuisance if they're around you and your lantern continues to go crazy and maybe light up some of the characters that are hiding? It did in some cases, and in some cases it actually made the characters interact a little bit more with me, so that was kind of cool. I'm excited to see what it does in some of the other houses and also in scare zones like Cleaver Brothers. And I got my Cleaver Brothers shirt on from a couple years ago. So let's keep making our way through. So far, I'm really enjoying what the lantern adds to the experience here at Haunt. Oh, and additionally, I forgot to add, it is the second weekend. The lines are a little bit longer, but I had to wait maybe about like 15 minutes as opposed to it being a walk-on like it was opening night. That is expected, but 15 minutes is not bad. I was considering getting the Fright Lane, but maybe we'll hold off up till later in the run. I'm thinking like October time may be when it's really going to be necessary. And check it out as we make our way over. We're going to go through Masquerade just because we popped up over here and we can see that they've added something new. It's like a picture of the Queen, and this is the Queen's ball that's going on. So let's get our lantern ready and let it guide us through the darkness. I like this. It's like a little translucent mural or painting of what I'm assuming is the Queen. Ooh. Masquerade, another great one. I mean, this tunnel here was just made for Haunt. Like, it's so easy. Like, as you can see, it's capturing the fog. It holds it in nice and well because it's nice and contained. Has a nice creepy factor. And then, woo, they just kind of zigzag you through like a little maze. And it gives the actors nice spaces to hide, like, boom, back here. There wasn't one, but they could have got me. Oh, look, and they added another one at this end as well. And some nice cushions if you want to sit down and just people watch. Oh, hello, gorgeous. Whoop. The lantern didn't go as crazy in that one. Okay, in another scare zone we go. Cleaver Brothers. Last weekend when we were here, this was probably the best interactions that I had with any of the characters. They showed me a ton of love. And now, there. See what I'm talking about? I was wondering what that noise was. Oh, let's see. Get somebody, get somebody. Oh, look. And the lamp is changing up. And another amazing walk through Cleaver Brothers Carnival. And I'm loving the ambient light that this is creating on my face. Very spooky for the vlog today. But I'm finding that vlogging and holding this lantern is a difficult task. So if you see me kind of clipping on and off, you know why. All right, and Site X, we return. And I wanted to make my way over here because I did hear that there were some changes compared to last week. It's a little bit darker, and it absolutely is. And a little bit more eerie. Oh, wow. And check out the lantern. Oh, it went crazy for a second there with that one scare actor coming at me. But it definitely has a creepier appeal. Last week when we were here, whoa. Oh, man. This scare zone is definitely getting a lot of reaction from the lamp. But Jesus. All right, last week when we were here, there was definitely a lot more light. And now I say that ironically as my light's going crazy, but it was harder for them to creep up on you. All right, and we're taking a quick break, and the lamp is reacting. We're over here by the beautiful fountains at King's Dominion. Always got to pay respects to the beautiful water features at any park that we go and enjoy. It is a busier day, and we're with our friend Norman. Hola, Norman. ¿Cómo estás? He only speaks Spanish, so you won't hear him talk in this video too much. But I'm kidding. He doesn't speak Spanish. But we're having a good night. The lines are definitely longer than last weekend. And I am a bit of a spoiled brat because I live so close to the park that I'm not willing to wait too much. We will go and try a few more houses. We waited 15 minutes for Trick or Treat. A couple of the other lines looked a little bit longer than that. So we're now waiting for Conjure the Night to come. I know that we saw it over at Scarowinds for their media event, and they've changed it there. I believe they've changed it here as well, and the lamp actually will interact to the different shows, this being one of them. So we'll give you our feedback on how that kind of works. I'm having a feeling it's going to be the music that's going to guide the rhythm of the lamp, but we'll see. The rhythm is going to get you. And the show is definitely about to begin because the Queen has made her way to the back of the stage. Let's get ourselves a good seat so we could watch it and get a good view. All right, so naturally we're about to have a bunch of copywritten music, but we're gonna enjoy the show and see how the lantern interacts. And here we go. They've arrived on stage. The show is about to start.
Prepare yourselves. Our spirits are dying to meet you.
Oh, and it's turned red.
The scariest monsters are the ones that lurk within your soul. And I won't rest until I unleash them. Beware, fearful mortals. Do you dare conjure the spirits of the night? Every Halloween, a dark force comes to me. It invades my soul and torments my thoughts. But tonight,
she actually has the lantern.
I will face these spirits.
My lantern is doing what hers does.
Did you really think you could escape? No matter how hard you try, you will never escape my darkness. Ready yourself. You will succumb to me.
fastest, making their way. The whole entire time, my lantern was doing exactly what their lanterns would do on stage. All right, so it was super awesome seeing the lantern do its thing throughout the show, and a great show nonetheless. It's definitely different. It's different this year than it was last year, and it's definitely different than over at Scarowinds, but now we're gonna make our way through the new house, MonsterCon, and check it out. The lines have dissipated a bit. The event still has a couple hours left, so I'm surprised that the line is this short, but I'm not complaining. All right, and our evening comes to an end a little bit early because tomorrow we have to be up nice and early over at Busch Gardens for a 5K Fiends Frenzy run, which I'm excited to try to bring you guys along. I'm gonna see if I can bring you guys along for that. But today we had a blast at King's Dominion for the second weekend of Haunt, and I gotta say, I did think this was fairly gimmicky, but it's actually really cool, and I look forward to putting it away in my office on display. So when I do any videos, you guys will see if I do them from my office at home, you'll see it in the background. And I wonder if it's going to have any random interactions around different places. And it also added for a nice little ambient lighting on my face to kind of creep out the night. The houses were also amazing. Conjure the Night was spectacular. Different than over at Scarowinds and definitely different than last year, but still a great show. I actually like this year's show at both parks a lot better than I did the one last year. I like the storyline with the book and the young lady instead of it being surrounding the queen necessarily. Although we do get to see the queen and she looks amazing in this show. We get her for a moment. But that being said, the event was different. There was a couple things that we saw throughout the houses, the scare zones that have changed, but for the better. So they have added new props, like we saw over at Masquerade, and new little things throughout the houses as well. More actors, and the actors just kind of finding their rhythm as well. So it was a great event, a little bit busier than the typical night, but as you saw at the end of the night, the crowd started dissipating, and if you really wanted to, as long as you stay towards the latter end of the event, you can get through all the houses. So I would recommend probably in October, which is just around the corner next week, to start considering getting the fast lanes. But up till then, this weekend is probably your last weekend where you really don't need to worry yourself about it. But going into October, you're going to want to start considering that. And you're going to start wanting to consider getting this lamp because it's cool. And I look forward to bringing it back and seeing how the interactions change throughout the event, because that's something that they say it will do. But guys, on that note, I enjoyed bringing you guys along for the fun, our second weekend of Haunt, and checking out this cool little trinket here. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along. I'll see you guys on the next one. But up till then, don't forget to ask yourself, have you been entertained?